Yo, what's up, everybody? This your boy Hey Kid 05 with another installment of my rant series. I haven't really been recording much, but that's because I've been trying to, take care of a lot of things, and I've been real busy in my life, trying to stay on my A game and everything like that. For those of you who might have noticed a significant change in me, that's kind of what this video is about, and it's also to talk about change. So today I'm gonna rant about change. Now, see, when we think of the word change, we hear something, like, oh, a bunch of random stuff that, happens in our life that maybe we say is significant, or something we might say is, something that needs to be done in our life to better us or to worsen us, So, when I think of the word change, for real, the word change to me, I don't really like, because I don't like change. But I've come to this part of my life now where, I'm just like, okay, I want to allow this change to happen, whether I want to or not, it's gonna happen, I don't know if most of y'all been noticing, but I've been growing my hair back because I want to get my dreads back. Not because, I miss having my dreads, but it's the fact that my dreads were symbolic to me of hard work and dedication, because it takes a lot to stay dedicated to, your hair. You tell yourself, alright, I'm gonna take care of this. But nigga, full well you ain't taking care of no damn hair on your head. So anyway, when we think of the word change, we think of some things that we want to have happen to us in our life that's supposed to be significant for something. Like, it's taking me some time to adjust to no longer being single, and having a girl in my life now. Most of the time, your boy is just like, alright, I'm single, there's some hot females out there, time for me to mingle. That used to be my old life, I was even in a relationship, well, it wasn't even a relationship, it was more of a fling. I was in a fling once where, only thing me and the girl did was have sex. We didn't even really, talk to each other much. Like, I knew where she lived at, and she knew where I lived at. And most of the time we was over at her house, and when we would go over there, we would have sex. When we done, we ain't cuddle, we ain't do nothing like that. It was get your drawers, get your clothes, get on, all that on, and then just be up out of here, Me being a dude, I don't catch feelings, but she kind of started to catch feelings, and that was a change for me, because when she started to catch feelings, a nigga was like, hold up, step back, shorty, you catching your feelings, that's not what I'm about, I just came over here for some nookie, you can go ahead and give me that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be up out of here, That's what the whole plan was, but that wasn't what she wanted, and I had to adjust to that change. We talked for a while, but then she did something stupid and gone and got pregnant on me by another dude, so that took change too. But I wasn't ready for that type of change, and I said to myself, you know what, I don't need this in my life, and I stepped away, Another significant change that happened to me in my life is the fact that my grandmother passed away. That took something to get used to. Knowing that my grandmother wasn't no longer going to be there for me to talk to. I was going to have to start a new adjustment where I had to start being able to talk to my fam and a couple of the homies, but I still haven't adjusted to that properly. You know what I'm saying? I had to look at the time. So it took a lot for me to have to change that, you know. And a lot of times I didn't want to change it, nor was I even about that change. You know, I kind of told myself, was like, yo, ain't no point in me changing this about myself, because I don't, you know, my grandmother's God. My homies, they don't really listen. And my family, they don't listen either. So there was no point in me even trying to change myself to even say, okay, now I'm going to be able to talk with y'all. No. But I had to get used to that change. And I still am to this day. Another significant change that happened to me is the fact that, you know, like I said earlier, you know, I had to start to adjust from being single to being in an actual relationship. You know, relationships, they are completely different than being single, yo. You're not by yourself no more. You know, when you with somebody in a relationship, there's some things that you got to do that, to be honest, yo, you're going to just be like, nah, I'm not feeling that. And you know what? I have to get used to those things. You know, like my baby, she work. You know, she go to work. And when she at work, I'm left by myself. That's a change I got to get used to. You know, like when my baby, she want to talk. You know, I used to be all about sex. I don't have that in this relationship. So I can't be doing that. You know, and I had to adjust to that and say, okay, now I got to be about the language, be about that talking and shit. You know, and when a nigga was all about getting that nookie, you know, now that can't happen. So, what does that mean? I got change. You know? Change can be good, it can be bad. You know? Like, my whole entire demeanor, attitude, vocabulary, and all that shit, it has changed significantly. And the main reason why it's changed is because I've waken up mentally in my thought, in my mind, and told myself, you know, I'm not a white boy no more. I was a nigga. And I know that. And I'm always gonna be. You know? And maybe when I woke up, I started to wake up to that whole mentality that, you know, this is who I am. I can't run away from it. Most people look at me and be like, oh, you know, he's a white boy because of the way I dress. Well, no longer, nigga. I mean, now I wear my pants below my waist, you know. If I got, you know, a pair of kicks on, my kicks is brand new. Sometimes it just got the tongs in it and even got the shoestrings. My vocabulary has completely changed. I don't say some of the words I used to say no more. You know, now I use ain't, alright, yo, you feel me? I use words like that. And it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. No, it's just who I am. That's just what I do. There's nothing about me that says anything else. I am who I am, and that's just how it's going to be. And if people don't like that, then oh well. You know, I've become this whole person that I'm going to take authority where authority is supposed to be taken. You know, where you may have say in somebody's life, but when that person is in my life, I have say at the end of the day. When that person is out on the streets, they belong to me and not to you. And no matter what you say, no matter how badly you say it, it ain't going to change how I feel. I've gotten to this whole point where I got that no nonsense, cut that bullshit out attitude now. You know, because I've come this person where now I'm just like, I don't really care what you saying, because what you saying ain't riding with me. And the main reason it ain't riding with me is because you ain't even listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is far more important than what you saying. I've come to this whole mentality in my mind now where my words and everything I say holds more significance than what you're saying. You know, and most people might say, oh, you know, that just sounds disrespectful. It's not disrespectful when you voicing your opinion and you saying to somebody, look, for real, I understand what you saying, but for real, at the end of the day, are you hearing what I'm saying? You know, I've gotten this old mentality in my mind when now it's like I'm that cold, nonchalant, non-caring person. When now I'm just like, okay, you know what? Do you and I'm going to do me. You dig? But that's because there's been significant change in me. And this change in me, like I said, it can be for the better, it can be for the worse. But for me, it has done something. It has made me realize that I got to be about my grown man business. And no matter what I got to do, I got to get that paper. You dig? I got to get me some guac in my pocket and do what I need to do with my life. Most people take all that time and they just, you know, lolly-dotty, they just chilling in the cut for real, not even paying attention to what they doing. No, me, I ain't got time to chill in the cut for real. I got to do what I got to do in my life. Because if I want things to be the way I want them to be between me and my woman, well, I got to be about that life. You did? So, we don't need to think of the word change in a negative form. We need to think of it in a positive form, because people take change the wrong way. I know I used to, but no more, yo. No more. I take change the right way now. I realize that there are going to be some significant changes. They're going to have to change in my life in order for me to get what I want. And you know what? I'm going to change those things. But do understand, I'm going to stay a real nigga, because that's what I am. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all I am. It's a real nigga. And if most people don't like it, oh well. So this concludes my episode 2 of my rant series. I'm probably record episode 3 probably tomorrow. I don't know, if I feel like it. Peace out, y'all.